Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. We have discovered the Bunny Paradise, and now we must press forward and see if we can find the Light Warden in this place. So, let's get into it. Okay, we are live.
The struggle is real.
Oh.
Being close to enough to the car.
Yeah.
You're at the tail end of the car. You think, I'm in there. Nope, you're not close enough.
Yeah, you underestimate how huge the car is.
Mm-hmm.
What the heck? Hold. What is that? Cracked, broken thorn.
I don't know.
Oh, it looked like dices.
Let's kill it and see.
Okay. It looks like it looked like a floating Rubik's cube, but the one I looked at had like dice on the corner.
Mm-hmm.
It broke off in blocks, so yeah, into
Yeah.
cubes. Yeah.
You were able to keep up, I see. Well done. Ahead lies the Morning Stars, four monuments built in tribute to the guardians of Raktika. Beyond them is the Great Pyramid of Uxnur, where the flow of magic must be restored. It is said that the monuments are themselves the keys to opening the pyramid, though I know not how. That is for you to discover. Another puzzle. Wonderful. I would have a closer look.
I thought she was a rabbit person, but anyway.
You stole it?
Yeah, for some reason I didn't look hard enough, and I thought there was two rabbit people. And then I was like, who the hell's saying the... Oh, that's your still...
You
English
stole
is
it.
hard.
I was expecting there to be two bunnies here, because I thought two of the sisters were coming.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
It is indeed another puzzle, but for a blessing, it appears to be similar to the one we encountered by the lake. These statues are depictions of the divine beasts mentioned on the tablet. No doubt they will open the way into the pyramid in a like manner. We have but to discern the correct order. Let's split up and search the area for clues. These ruins are covered in ancient inscriptions. The answer may well be hiding among them. Indeed, it may be best to transcribe them if they are numerous as you say. Better that than risk overlooking something. Though transcription would prove impractical for you, not being versed in Ronkin's script. No matter, you will employ a different approach. Impressions. Here, I had thought to use these clay tablets to record any significant imagery we discovered, but they will serve you just as well. Take impressions of any inscriptions you find. We will start at the base of the pyramids. You begin at the top. When you have finished, return here and I will translate your findings. I feel like this area should be swarming with trolls.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I get the feeling I'm doing this wrong. Is that going to stop me? No.
No, this is the way.
No, I was actually expecting there to be a legit staircase somewhere.
Nope, that was the way up.
You take an impression of the writing inscribed on the monument. Oh, there are four pyramids. I guess we have to do each one. I know that I just missed my jump, but it sure felt like he yanked me off here.
I was wondering if he
Seemed
did,
like
because that's what
it,
it
yeah.
looked like.
I think I jumped just a little too far and landed on the railing and just slid down. But it coincided with getting hit, so who knows?
Well, I gotta say, just playing WoW just as earlier, it is nicer having them give you the stuff, not having to pick up.
Oh, yeah.
Were you saying there was a new mount?
Yep,
Oh, he saw the mount that comes with doing
tower.
the the mage tower in what do you call it?
Oh,
And
yeah.
it is
Legion.
badass.
Well, it'll be about 3 months till you can try, KJ.
No, you can do it now. I seen a guy with it today.
No,
No,
I
no,
mean,
no.
the Mage Tower is closed for 3 months. So, until then, you can't do it. You can't try anymore.
How's it?
Because it's not Time Walking Legion, it's Time Walking Lich King.
Oh,
No,
yeah, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
the Mage Tower is linked to Legion time walking, so it's only up when it is. Of course, I was never able to pull off the Mage Tower back in Legion, so...
I wasn't either.
Well, the thing we were saying, you had to use other characters. 'Cause,
Yeah,
like,
you have to
your
do.
Paladin won't be able to do all of the challenges and whatnot.
Oh, you get the mount from doing all the challenges?
You have to do
Yes.
7 challenges, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Gotcha.
It is difficult.
Now, when I heard the Mage Tower was coming back, I was pleased. And then I found out you can't get the old artifact appearances you got for clearing them in the first place, so I didn't really care anymore. I trust you've made good use of those clay tablets. Well done. A moment while I decipher what you found. Apologies for the delay. Nothing we saw at the base of the pyramids gave any hint as to the solution of the puzzle, focusing instead on how to proceed having solved it. Your findings, on the other hand, appear to form a riddle. Once assembled, it reads as follows. Come together, share despair. Go thy ways, dread burdens bear. Mark the crown, heed its call. Avert thy gaze, forever fall. I had assumed that the puzzle would involve a sequence, but from what Ahmed and I were able to gather, it is but a matter of suffusing one of the statues with ether. The question being, which one? Have you any thoughts?
The snake, of course.
That would be my thought as well. Given your talent for finding solutions to vexatious problems, I think it best to that you choose the statue. What say you? Right then. After you have selected a statue, I will imbue it with the required ether. Should it prove to be a trap, I am more than capable of warding off any malign magics it may contain. Now, which statue will it be? Alright, I pray this works. It seems you were mistaken. I am fine, though I would rather not go through that again. Okay? Next time, choose more carefully. Maybe the owl statue. Alright, I pray this works. Because the serpent might have been their highest honored creature, but the owl was the imperial symbol.
Yeah, and it was the last thing we found as far as
True.
symbols.
And that appears that was correct. The ether has been absorbed. You really do have a talent for these things. The way should be clear now. Come, let us... Someone approaches. Sister. Sister. Simet? What are you doing here? What has happened? Yulmoran soldiers. They have entered Ishmaya. Yulmoran soldiers? What of the blessed? Nothing specific, but it seems the Yulmorans had little interest in Slitherbow or its people. According to our scouts, their general and his men made all haste for the gate of Ishmaya upon finding it. Together with Thancred, Yulmet and some others have engaged them at the border. You are to return and assist Yulmet at once. They are not to set foot near the ruins of Orfana. We will see to the matters here and return as quickly as we can. Understood? Yes, sister. Be careful. Though I knew time was short, I did not expect the Yulmorans to move so swiftly. But we have come too far to turn back now. Time is against us, friend. Quickly, into the pyramid. Just little side rooms. The switch should be through these doors, in the confessional of Tupasa the Elder. But why is it not open? Magic appears to be flowing through these walls, but it's being obstructed as it approaches the door. Is it not strange that only one of the pedestals bears an owl statue? Strange indeed. The second statue was likely hidden to keep the door sealed. We can cover more ground if we split up. Almet, take the chamber to the south. You take the one to the east. I will search the chamber to the west. Target acquired. I've looked everywhere. Wait, is that? The statue, you found it. It looks light enough. We need but return it to the other altar, no? Are we about to have an Indiana Jones moment?
I'm getting a feeling.
One might assume so, but nothing about these ruins has ever been quite so simple. I sense a strange energy emanating from the eyes of the statues in the corridors of this place. Should this figure be moved, it would not surprise me for them to suddenly stir to life. A trap, then, for the unsuspecting as they attempt to return this to its rightful place. Precisely. Caution would serve us well here. Which is why I would ask you to deliver the statue to the main chamber. An abundance of magic yet courses these walls. For my eyes, distractingly so. I believe yours, on the other hand, would more aptly perceive the traps for what they are. Alright then. We will meet at the door to the confessional of Tupasa the Elder. Deliver the owl statue to the altar at the entrance of the confessional. You will have 2 minutes to complete the task. Should you fail, return to the starting location and begin anew. Be wary of attacks from enemies, which will sap your strength.
Alright, that was a trap.
Oh, damn statue has lights on. They did that shit on purpose.
Don't walk in front of the owl.
Yeah, stay out of eyesight of anything. I didn't pick that up.
Alright.
So I gotta zoom out so I can see everything.
Beware, there are statues in the main room, too. The statue is returned. But was that enough? I believe it was. I could see ether flowing through the door now. I pray this means an end to the tricks and traps of these ruins. Well done. You are but one step from entering the Katana Ravel. But I must warn you, this last step is without question the most perilous. Overcome this final trial, and the path forward will open to you. A path laden with more puzzles and traps, I'm sure. Did the Emperor always take such pleasure in wasting the time of his allies? Let us end this, while time is yet on our side. Before we enter, I would tell you of the trial that awaits you. The chamber is said to be filled with all manner of devices to keep trespassers away from the switch. The most potent being wards of displacement. They may very well force you into danger. Should we become separated, please use these. Whisper weeds. They will allow us to communicate no matter where we may find ourselves. I think we can work out how to use these well enough. Thank you. Alright, the sooner we finish here, the sooner we can return to the others. Shall we get this over with? Oh, disbanding party. Item level 406. Good luck.
What item level are you guys?
396.
Got you. Alright. I just made some new boosts, but 82 is the level, so... Okay, this is... What we got? Gary is being quiet.
Huh?
KJ is being quiet, so he doesn't talk anymore.
Sister, can you hear me?
And that's not the way to go.
Follow them. They are not to reach this temple. A pair of soldiers somehow made it past my sisters, no doubt on their way here. All the more reason we should hurry, then. Do not let the walking robot thing see you.
Yeah.
This is basically an obligatory stealth section.
What are you supposed to do, though? Oh, there it opened. Oh, I did not see that bastard kill me.
Can anyone hear me? We have been sent to separate chambers. This mist, poison, and it has nullified my magic. These markings on the floor, I think they show the way out. And be sure to pay attention to the things the NPCs say. They tell you how to get through these puzzles. He says as he proceeds to do the next puzzle wrong. For the record, called it.
What do you mean?
You will know soon enough.
Indiana.
Sister, they have reached the temple. I fear they are too fast for us. Be careful of the traps inside. We are nearly there. It is unheard of for anyone to outpace V's. Could it be Ranjit? If so, we have precious little time. It is absolutely Ranjit.
Away with you!
Begone! This ends now!
Here I come! No holding back!
seems to be working. I think not.
General, hold on! Huh?
Expertly done.
How was I to know that that would happen? It looked like any other part of the floor. Might now be an opportune time to strike a bargain? We poisoned a number of villagers in Slitherbow with a toxin brewed for us by the children. This is the antidote. I dare say you know how potent their concoctions are, and the futility of trying to counteract their effects. Now, try anything here, and we're all likely to fall. Eventually someone will come to our rescue, or yours. Promise us safe passage, and we'll give you the antidote. Do we have a deal?
We do not negotiate with the enemy. The villagers' lives are forfeit, as is yours.
General?
Can't say I'm surprised.
Do not fail.
How noble and pointless.
Is everyone all right? What in the...
Oriage! At once! Down with you!
Well done, Thancred.
Where is Y'shtola?
I kind of like that duty. Alright, I kind of liked that one.
Yeah, that was good.
Mhm.
Except for where's
I do not think she is gone. Or him.
No. No. I agree. We are not done with either of them. Thankfully, Ranjit's cohorts had the good sense to fall back. Met should be here soon with word from Fanau. We should hold our position until she arrives. Oh, dies. Almet, please tell me you know if that hole might lead out into the woods somewhere. Were there another means of exiting the temple, there is no question that we would know of it. But I fear that is of little consequence, for we have tried to mark the depth of the pit and failed. To fall from such a height. Doesn't matter, fall damage doesn't kill in this game. Sister, I come bearing news. The Omoran soldiers and the children have fled East Maya. They've abandoned Slitherbow as well, though they yet remain in the swamps near Lakeland. Unfortunately, a number of the blessed were poisoned while fending off the soldiers. One we believe to be of their order was found lost in East Maya, feverish and badly wounded. He was taken to Fanau for treatment, but I fear there is little we can do for him. He and the other blessed will not last long without an antidote. Then we must act quickly. If you've a spare vial, Minfilia and I can deliver it to the blessed at Slitherbow. You and Oriange should return to Fanau and tend to the wounded villager there. Yeah, sounds like you should give me the vial, Thancred, and take the bottle yourself. What about Ishtola? I know it seems callous for us to leave, but she leapt into that hole for a reason. We have to save the blessed, whatever it takes. Alright. And she did not hesitate an instant either.
And there was a gust of wind that jumped up.
Mm-hmm. My sisters and I will remain here. We must be certain no soldiers are still lurking about. Come, let not Ishtola's sacrifice be in vain. To Fanau. Also, I loved the way Ranjit handled his subordinate trying to make deals.
Yeah.
It's like, your general is standing right there, and you're trying to make deals under his feet.
Yeah, I knew that was not going to go well.
Mm-hmm. I had actually more expected him to let him go through with the deal and then Ranjit would betray us, but I guess this way was actually probably more in character. Ranjit may be beholden to a lunatic who has a bad idea of what justice is, but Ranjit believes it, so... Heavens forfend, Runar. It was he who forestalled the Umoran's procession, and in so doing afforded thee time to traverse the temple. Quickly, the antidote. Runar still appears visibly pained, Perhaps he requires another dose of medicine. The medicine seems to take effect as the color slowly creeps back into his cheeks. It would appear the worst hath passed, though his wounds yet want for mending. I shall minister to him forthwith. Rest, I prithee. I shall attend to Runar's ministrations.
Runar, thank goodness.
We delivered the antidote to Slitherbow, and from what we could gather on the way here, the Ulmorans have had the good manners to withdraw. Thank the gods they did. We would never have made it here in time. I'm told we have Runar and his comrades to thank for keeping the soldiers occupied prior to their retreat. They were preparing to come for you and Y'shtola, it seems, when Runar rallied the villagers and pursued them out of Slitherbow.
I must. Where am I?
Ixmaya, in the care of the Vis. Thou art safe now, friend. Pray, rest thee a while longer.
No. No, I am all right. Somewhat heavy of limb, perhaps, but otherwise well, I assure you. I am glad to see you are all safe. When we realized where the soldiers were headed, we knew something had to be done. I do not see Master Matoya. She was with you, yes? What happened to her? Spare me your riddles and speak plain. Where is Master Matoya? No. No. No, that cannot be. Why would she do such a thing? Was there no other way? I cannot believe that she... We must begin the search immediately. I will come with you. What are you waiting for? We must find her. She could be trapped, or hurt, or... She is alive. She is alive, damn you!
Forgive me for interrupting, but our scouts have apprehended an intruder. We thought perhaps he might be an associate of yours.
Oh, look who it is.
Well, this is embarrassing. In my defense, they are surprisingly tenacious. So, what trouble have you gotten yourselves into this time? Well, well. What an intriguing turn of events. My condolences, by the way. 'Tis never easy to lose the ones we love. Well, she is dead, isn't she? Wishing it were otherwise will not make it so.
That you should be indifferent to her loss is no surprise. But to us, she was a friend. The best of friends.
You have something on your mind. What is it?
Pray recount to us again that which thou witnessed in the ruins, omitting not the slightest detail.
Flow. The teleportation magic she used to spirit us away from Uldar after the bloody banquet. I recall a similar gale in the tunnel before it took effect.
Interesting. I thought I sensed a brief disturbance in the live stream. How reassuring to know it was not my imagination. I felt it only once, I should mention, which would suggest she is still adrift on its currents.
Then I fear she may yet be lost to us. For it was only by the grace of the elementals that she was plucked from that great ethereal river.
Ah, very well. I'll go and fetch her. Perhaps a clear and unambiguous act of kindness will serve to win the trust you seem so determined to deny me.
Did you see a bunch of people just fly by?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Or at least I saw something fly by. I didn't notice what they were.
What is your chocobo wearing, Zora?
It is the title barding.
The Hagen? Maybe? Looks like he's dressed like Leviathan.
Mm-hmm. I know I needed like the tooth or something from him.
Ah. So that's what
You
you can
made it.
That's what you can craft with the Leviathan barbs, okay.
Oh, it's pretty
Yeah.
cool looking.
I do not trust you as far as I could toss you, Emmett Selk. But... Now then, if I'm to fetch her for you, I will require a suitable place to work. You must find somewhere that resonates strongly with the life stream. And by we, I mean you. To that end, I give you this, an ethereal lamp of my own design. Keep it close as you venture out in the woods. The brighter the glow, the stronger the location's resonance with the life stream. Once you've found a likely spot, all you need to do is whistle. You do know how to whistle, don't you? Just put your lips together and blow. To find a location that resonates with the live stream, you will need to search the area marked on your map. Use the ethereal lamp to pinpoint the location, the ideal location, and then call for Emmett Selk.
I love that line. That's a good line.
Mm-hmm.
What's that? Give a little whistle?
No, it's Casablanca, isn't it?
I'm not sure where that line's from. I've heard it before, though.
Oh, put your lips together and blow.
You know how to whistle, don't you? Just put your lips together and blow. And he does like the... or something like that. He might not do that whistle. Anyway, whatever.
Sounds good.
Yes, I'm looking it up.
Lauren Bacall says it.
To Have and Have Not.
Yeah.
From 1944. Well, I haven't seen that, so I don't know where I've heard
it a lot.
True.
The lamp glows brightly over here.
Getting warmer then. Ah, here we go.
What was it, emote whistle or what? Oh, it's right here.
Oh yeah, we just have to click the spot. Okay.
So if I start standing on it.
Because neither the emote whistle or blow exists. So.
Yes, this place should serve well enough.
It just dawned to me. An Ascian is probably almost like a god to the night worshippers here. With how strong his resonance is with darkness. Although Runar probably can't notice that, but...
I need to concentrate. Now then, what color was her soul again? Ah, there you are.
I want to ask him what color my soul is.
I wonder if she's gonna be mad that she's lost another.
I know I was gonna say she's naked again.
At least Alpha Note's not here to offer to sketch. Again.
Well, he's probably got it to memory.
He's done it. He's brought
Probably
her
one
back.
of them other sketchbooks we haven't seen yet.
Points for decency.
Indeed. Of course, he did just drop her on the ground. So there's that, too.
Ishtola, are you all right?
Yes, though I cannot imagine how. What happened?
Thou didst invoke the power of flow, which thence did usher thy soul unto the life stream.
I wanted to save the antidote, and after that... I did something exceedingly reckless. for which you will just have to forgive me.
Master Matoya! Oh, thank the heavens you're all right. I had nearly given up hope.
Please, Runar, dry your tears. What would the others think if they saw you like this? Come now. Did you really think I would go gently into that dark night with so much left undone? So many mysteries left unsolved.
Is there aught you wish to say to me? A word of thanks, perhaps?
Emmet Selk, the Ascian of whom I spoke. 'Twas he who plucked thee from the life stream.
I see. Thank you. Differences notwithstanding, you saved my life, and for that I am grateful. But let us turn our attention to more important matters, such as the Katana Ravel. You had better not have explored its depths without me.
Well, Almet and the others should be pleased to see you in such uncharacteristically high spirits. Let us return to Fanoff then, and discuss the coming expedition.
Oh, everybody's here. I was waiting for somebody to get out of the quest, and then this. Oh, everybody's standing here. What a touching reunion that was. It fair brought a tear to my eye. But, as we both know, such tender moments are nothing if not momentary. Before long, they will remember their many differences and return to squabbling. Says the Arc-bringer of Chaos. Ah, flattery will get you nowhere, dear boy. But seriously, we Ascians do what we do for the greater good, for the rejoining. Though we may sow the seeds of chaos, it is man who tends them, he who reaps their bountiful harvest. But I grow tired of these arguments. If you would kindly refrain from retorting and return to your customary brooding silence, I will take it as thanks for rescuing your companion and leave it at that. Now, we mustn't keep your friends waiting. Oh, a fate. When I discover my tank stance is turned off again.
Well, she didn't embarrass this one like she did the last suitor.
Give her time.
That's true.
My apologies for having put you all through such an ordeal. I could see no other way to save the Knights Blessed. Happily, both they and I yet live, thanks to you. But our work here is not yet done. We must make ready to enter the Kitana Ravel and put the Light Warden to the sword. With the Lemurians gone and your companions now returned, I think it best you go now before they can regroup. With magic flowing once more through the Great Pyramid of Uxnur, the entrance to the Kitana Ravel should now be open. Before we leave, Urianger, did you discover anything that may suggest the Light Warden hides elsewhere? Nay. Though we had but little time before the Omorians' most unwelcome arrival, we scoured the nearby environs and spoke once more with the one called Kareel. Having hearkened to her tale, it is my judgment that the sin-eater which her late mother did espy was indeed that being we seek, and that is most likely resided in the vicinity of the Raktika Falls. In the absence of any subsequent sighting, I have no reason to believe our quarry hath sought out a new sanctuary, and given the considerable difficulty we face in reaching the falls, we may be certain it hath not been disturbed by man. Then our choice is clear. Course is clear. We must navigate to the Kitana Ravel and make way to Raktika Falls. Though you see it as but another obstacle to be navigated, the Kitana Ravel is the oldest and most sacred of our temples. The accumulated knowledge of the Empire is said to reside within. Knowledge which is rightly yours as allies of Ronka. You are welcome to explore. I fully intend to survey every ilm of it, once our mission is complete. Were the Emperor still alive, he would be overjoyed to hear you say so. But I must warn you, though the way is open, it will still be heavily guarded. To discourage trespassers and test the worth of our allies. It had to be so. Be careful in there. Head east and you will find the path of azure flowers leading to the rabble. I wish you safe passage through its halls. Master Matoya, I know I cannot dissuade you from going, so please, promise me you will return. The Knights Blessed need you. You need not worry, Runar. I shall return, and bring with me a long-awaited gift. One the Knights Blessed will treasure now and forevermore. Now, let us away. I went the wrong direction.
Going after that stand-on ceremony?
Well, that, and also that's also the direction we're supposed to be going.
Oh.
For some reason, I thought I needed to go up and around. The esteemed guest of whom I have heard so much. My name is Laniel, Master of Rites. It is an honor to meet you. As I understand it, you will soon be leaving to the Kitana Ravel. Is that right? Then the Emperor's wishes will soon be fulfilled. A comforting thought, for with each passing year, more and more of our hunters are lost to the Eaters. We were never a particularly fecund people. Now it is nigh impossible to sustain our numbers. But we will not be driven from our homes, our way of living. So long as the trees of the great wood stand, so too shall the Vis. And to renew our union with the forest, we will be holding a small ceremony, wherein we offer prayers to the gods. Would you honor us by serving as witness to this petition to the gods? Very good. I should mention the ceremony is not a formal affair. In fact, it can be quite lively. But for a hardened warrior such as you, it should prove no trouble at all. When you are ready, travel north to the morning stars and speak with my student, Fina. She will explain the rites. Okay, I just find it funny that the bunny people are listed as not the most fecund of people.
Yeah, I kept quiet when she said that.
Well, I mean, it took, what, 2 X packs to get the males to even appear? So, I guess that would cause problems.
Yeah. Well, that's why I was, like, wondering, are they all in hiding or something?
Kind of, if I understand the story correctly, that there are so few males that they don't let them out much.
Well, I wonder if they'll eventually have the female version of the cat guys.
They were supposed to, in Endwalker, the same as the male Viera, but I guess they didn't finish them in time. So they might be coming in a later patch at Endwalker, or they might wait till the next X-Pack. What business brings you to the Morning Stars? And you accepted? This is such an honor. Thank you for coming. Goodness, where are my manners? My name is Fina. A pleasure to meet you. And this is my sister, Siuna. How do you do? Are you certain this is wise? I realize he is an ally of our people, but the ceremony is not meant for outsiders. We cannot go against Master Laniel's wishes. Besides, we may never again have such an opportunity. If you insist. Now, let me tell you about the ceremony. As Master Laniel has likely already explained, we will renew our bond with the Great Wood through prayer. To ensure our prayers reach the gods, however, we must first beseech the spirits of the forest for aid. Once summoned, we must prove ourselves worthy through combat. Only then will our prayers be delivered unto the heavens. As witness to the rites, it is up to you to do battle with the spirits. If you are still willing, of course. Wonderful. This will be a ceremony to be remembered. Shall we begin, then? Close your eyes, and we will attempt to draw forth a spirit with our prayers. O gods of the Great Wood, bringers of bounty and wisdom, we call to you now to renew our vows. For the strength to protect these lands, to be the shield that guards against the accursed light, we seek combat with your children, the spirits of the wood, to prove to you our worth. By the gods! The spirits are of opposing forces, fire and ice, a terrible omen. Our prayers are enough to suppress their strength, but we cannot cast them out alone. Please, you must strike them down before they wander off into the woods. Thank you for your help, but in light of what we have witnessed, I think it best we call off the ceremony for now. Spirits of opposing elements is what is the most dire of omens. The discord between them would prevent our prayers from reaching the gods. And this would not have happened were he not here. We may try again on the morrow, but he cannot be allowed to attend. Sister, please, he is our guest, hand-picked by Master Laniel. My apologies. It seems your attendance was not meant to be. Would you go and inform Master Laniel of what happened? We must remain here and clear the altar. I would say with how much the sisters disagree, it's that fact that's causing the opposing forces to be summoned.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which is why we were sent. Ladiel knew they would need the help. Back so soon? What of the ceremony? Fire and ice. Thank goodness they were not hurt. It is never too late to begin the ceremony anew, but I fear the source of our troubles has naught to do with the spirits. The ritual to which you bore witness requires no less than 2 petitioners to summon the spirit of the wood, and they must be of one mind and one heart. Historically, it has always been blood relatives who were chosen. If what you say is true, and not 1 but 2 spirits answer their call, it is a sign of disharmony between them. Until we discover its source, attempting the ritual again could prove disastrous. But I fear the others will not be forthcoming with information were I to press the subject. For our esteemed guest and ally of the Ronka, on the other hand, I believe they would be willing to speak freely. Would you speak with the people of Fanau, and see if they know aught of any trouble between Fina and Siuna? There are so many quest markers in this village.
Yep.
Fina and Siuna? In all of Thano, I can think of no one closer. 'Tis little wonder they were chosen to petition the spirits of the wood. In a sense, we consider all here to be family, but the twins are said to have an especially powerful bond. Which is why it has been so strange to see them argue in recent days. They have not been the same since the children and the Umorian soldiers breached the border. I spoke with Fina not long ago. She heard that I was considering leaving Fanau and wished to talk. It is a decision not to be made lightly, for we may never return once we leave. But now that you and your companions are here, I feel our duty has been fulfilled. I understand the ruins must be protected from the children, but what difference does one guard make? Fina shares my feelings on the matter, and has also been considering leaving. I speak with Siuna quite often, actually, about our history and duty to the late Emperor. We were once a nomadic people, or so the legends say, but Ishmaya in her boundless love sought to bless us with a home, and so she appeared before the Emperor of Ronka in a dream and bade him allow us into his kingdom. That is how we found our home and our purpose. Siona is determined to protect both. I see. Fina yearns to explore the outside world, and Siona would remain hidden from it. For as long as I can remember, they were inseparable. Fina's mirthfulness tempered by Siona's pragmatism. I never realized such differences in a principle could divide them so. We have finished with the altar. I gather you have appraised Master Laniel of what happened. We wish to apologize for... There is no need. However, were you to petition the spirits again, I suspect they would answer as they did before. It will not happen again, I swear it. Please, say you will let us try again. Yes, Let us try with one of our own, and not this outsider. The summoning would have worked if not for him. Enough, Siema. The problem lies not with our guest, but with you and your sister. You have been fighting over the future of Fano. Is that right? Evening, Diggs. Family is not meant to agree on everything, but fail to respect your differences, and before long you will have no family at all. What would become of Fano if the others shared in your contempt for one another? You are to prepare for another petitioning of the spirits, and I expect you to come to terms before then. If the ritual is to succeed, you must find harmony. I apologize for burdening you further, but may I ask you to accompany them? I went with option 1. We will make this work, I promise. I will leave you to your work then. I fear you have a long day ahead of you. Once more, I appoint you witness to the petition. But before there can be another ceremony, a new set of offerings must be made ready. An oblation of meats and fruits favored by the gods. But I ask you to help with their preparations. Very good. The 3 of you together should finish in no time at all. When you have gathered what is required, you are to report back to me at once. I will go ahead and begin searching for fruits. I suppose I will hunt for meat, though it would be faster to handle this all by myself. I never realized she had grown so cold. She has always been quite prideful and committed to protecting our traditions. I understand her reservations about permitting outsiders into our woods, but to be so unwelcoming even to the allies of Ronka, for whom we have waited all these years, it concerns me greatly. Meanwhile, Fina seems more than willing to be the perfect host, but now I wonder if her enthusiasm is genuine. With what you have learned from the others, perhaps now you can get through to Fina and Siuna, convince them to speak of their troubles. Siuna is by far the most stubborn of the two. Reach her with words, and Fina too will open up to you before long. Well, that's nice. This quest and the other Aetheryte quest we have, both are in the same place.
This is east, so there should be a Aetheryte around here. It said 300, so I guess we got like maybe 100 or 200 left, but... Oh, there it is right there. Nice.
Yeah, I actually went the wrong way. But hey, we got the Aetheryte. Or the Aether Current.
I'll be right back.
Hey.
I'm back.
Welcome back. Oh, what a sight. It's not often we see so vaunted a hero as yourself in this remote area. What do you need from me? Our new attire, wonderful. Indeed, the fabric and design are everything Hymet made them out to be. This will aid us greatly. The leather is made from the skin of rails, and is unsurpassed in quality. They are bestowed upon all who come of age and complete the rites. The particulars of said rites, well, best save that for another time, lest I give you nightmares. Again, she chooses you as witness. Well, let's get this over with. We require the meat of blue stags for the offering. 3 stags should supply us with enough, I think. If you can handle that, I will gather the rest. An outsider? Come from the village? How did you... Ah, Hymet spoke of you. An ally of Ranka, yes? Welcome to Bowrest. This outpost serves dual purposes. Here we keep watch for any who would intrude on our home, and also for beasts that would feed it. We must stay ever alert, so that our arrows strike true. I did not expect an ally of Ranka to come to Bowrest. What brings you here? I come bearing a sack of clothes. Ah, of course. Jaime said someone would be delivering these to us. They are made specially for archers, and will not impede our movements as stiffer material does. Ever so often, invaders will come clad in steel from head and toe. However, their overconfidence makes them blind. Every defense has an opening, and that is where we take aim. I assume you all have credit for that.
Yeah.
Well. Not bad. Perhaps you are worthy of the others' praise. You're not quite as fast as my bow, though, after all my training, I would be surprised if you were. All that training to provide for Fanau and protect the ruins. Growing up, I believed we would always be able to defend these woods on our own, but now... Never mind. Would you go check on Fina? I will see if there is aught else worth hunting. There you are. I take it Cena turned you away. Well, you are more than welcome here. I am having trouble finding suitable mushrooms for the offering. If you could bring me 3, I would be forever grateful. Up here. You turned my bird to stone. Rude. Were you able to find anything promising? Yes, these will do nicely, thank you. Never in my wildest dreams did I think I could work alongside one from outside the Great Wood. Yet here you are, and now I cannot help but wonder, what if the future of Fanau lies out beyond our borders? The captain of the Crystarium is a Vise, yes? Those who leave our village are never to return, but she is proof they may yet go on and do great things. We could reach out to them, allow them to go freely between here and there, here in their new homes, perhaps even establish new settlements. The V's would thrive, and the future of Fanau would be secure. That is how I wish to honor our duty to His Eminence, by finding our sisters who left the Great Wood. But that also means leaving behind Siona, and how I wish she would understand. I think it is time I talked with her. Ah! Siona, she's in trouble. That was an exclamation, not an ah. Oops. Question is, what did she pick a fight with? It appears to be something flappy. I think the stags might have been stronger than those, Siona. You. Of course it would be you. And now the beasts are gone. No matter. I will find another. Siona, no. This is all my fault. When he and his comrades first arrived in Fanau, I was elated. Everyone was. It was a chance to learn about the world beyond the Great Wood. But I never stopped to consider your feelings. what you might think if you left Fanau. I have always known of your desire to see the outside world. I have only myself to blame for not voicing my concerns. Times have changed, and with your arrival, the greatest of our duties to the late Emperor has been fulfilled. The ruins still require our protection, but perhaps we can find another way, one that does not require we sacrifice our freedom. It would be selfish of me to deny you your dreams for the sake of tradition. You would not be the first, nor the last, to leave Fanau. No matter where you go, we will always be family. Osiona. I went with option 1. What does he mean by this, sister? You are incredibly talented, and you will make a fine member of the Guards someday. But we are not all suited for such a duty, and those that are grow fewer and fewer. We need help, sister. The V's who now lead lives beyond the Great Wood. And you would find them for us. Then I would make Fanau a village that welcomes them home with open arms. It's a chance to prosper, as we once did before the flood. To ensure we carry on the legacy of our forebears, we must seize it, sister. Together. I know not what to say. A word of thanks, perhaps, to our friend here. If it were not for him, we would still be at odds. Why, you almost sound sincere, sister. You were done with your jokes. We should be heading back. Laniel will be worried. Unless you have kept one for yourself, I see your deliveries are complete. Thank you. Although I told them you were coming, I imagine it was an entirely different thing to actually speak with you. It shall not be long until you are accepted as one of our own. May we work together again, ally of the Ronka. Now that you have the offering, it is time we talked. No need, Master Laniel. Fina and I are fine. Better than fine. Change has come quickly to Fanau, and we allowed it to divide us when we should have embraced it together. We have learned from our mistake, and come to understand that. Though we walk different paths, our goal is the same. That is all that matters in the end. Well, it is certainly good to see the two of you are back to your old selves. Well, we did have a little help.
She's talking about me. Little help.
Uh-huh.
None of you all.
It is time. Fina and I will make ready for the ritual. Meet us at the Morning Stars when you are ready.
Oh, we got disconnected.
Huh?
Oh, you're okay. You're still in.
Yeah, I'm here.
I got disconnected.
Yeah, you guys have the
Yeah.
circle of death.
Well, hopefully the queue isn't bad.
Do I?
No, you do not.
Weird. That is so weird.
What did you do, Emo?
I didn't do nothing.
$41. So we shall see.
Yeah, it's not bad at all. And there you are.
I'm getting back in now, yeah. I tried to turn the quest in and just nothing was happening. And then all of a sudden I locked on an emo and then I went beep, gone.
Gotcha.
Let me pick this quest up.
Emo, what about you? Are you okay?
It gave me an error that my character was unavailable. And then I realized I had to exit all the way out, so I'm 44
Gotcha.
right now.
Gotcha. It is my intention to run over Emmett Selk every time we pass him. Well, first things first, fate. Let us begin. O spirits of the wood, hear us. We seek to renew our vows to the gods of the Great Wood. For the strength to protect these lands, to be the shield that guards against the accursed light, we demand trial by combat to prove our worth. To Oxsharl, keeper of the winds, to Oxgatorl, keeper of the flames, to Ixyatlakwa, bringer of rain, To Anpa, bringer of harvest, we beseech you, spirits of the wood, hear our prayers and deliver them. A spirit of lightning, a spirit born of wind and rain, whose spark brings fire, and from the ashes may come a rich harvest. Our prayers will reach, sister. There can be no doubt. As witness to our petition, we task you now with slaying the spirit. Go forth and see our prayers delivered to the heavens. The spirit is slain. You did it. I confess I had my doubts at first, but you performed your duty admirably. Would you go and relay the good news to Master Laniel? We will be along shortly.
Griffin Riders. Okay.
Mina, Siona, I take it you were successful this time. Yes, Master Laniel. Everything is as it should be. Though we see the world through different eyes, it does not change how we feel about the Greatwood. In matters concerning Fanau, we are of one heart and one mind. It is by the strength of your kinship that the V's shall be blessed for years to come. And you know all too well, the fulfillment of our duty to the allies of Ronka has necessitated change, and no few of our number feel uncertain of the future. But I believe we have found the answer to our woes, the means by which we may see Fanau thrive once more. For centuries we have trusted none save our own, and that will prove our downfall. For none can survive in this world alone, not even the guardians of Ishmaya. There is much to be gained from opening our doors to the outside world, and your presence at Fanau has proven that. On behalf of all the V's, you have our humblest thanks. As for you two, I expect great things of you in the future. Thank you, Master Laniel. We will not disappoint you. Vina has decided to venture out into the world and find more of our fellow V's who might be willing to return home. And Siona has pledged to protect Fanau and help make our village a place where they will feel welcome. Two paths to the same goal. Still, I will miss you dearly when you are gone. But I have yet to even decide where I will go, sister. There is still time for us to be together. You could not have come at a better time. Yuna and I have been given leave to explore beyond the borders of Ishmaya. As we know nothing of what lies past the borders of the Great Wood, I suggest she visit somewhere close to home, Slithersbow. For us to go alone would likely incite panic. In your company, however, they might be at ease. I apologize for this abrupt request, but we would be most grateful if you could introduce us to the people there. Then it is settled. We will wait for you at the Wild Fete, near the entrance to Slithersbow. I very nearly took that turn a little too wide and fell off the edge. That would have been annoying.
Mm-hmm.
If you know these two, would you mind? We've been expecting you. Your coming was foretold in the Gospel of Kinfort. The great serpent speaks to me once more, of azure flowers, sacred temples, and secrets engraved on an ancient tablet. A calamity is upon us, friend, and our divine protector would see it averted once more. He was hell's bent on coming here and somehow dragged me along with him, though I wasn't exactly inclined to stay behind, seeing as how his visions have been right before. Do you know anything of this talk of visions and calamities? The calamity, yes. It can only be avoided with the guidance of the Great Serpent. Have you seen it? We do not know this, Great Serpent. But if it is snakes you seek, you will find them along the banks of Mjiral's Regret. Yes, it makes sense it would be near water. After all, it was at Lake Sui Mekta that we first met. O Great Serpent, your servant comes for you. Wait, it is not safe to go alone in these woods. I apologize for his unusual behavior. He means well. Perhaps, but such recklessness could prove fatal. Would you go and make sure they are safe? While you see to them, I will take this one on to Pharaoh. They booked it down here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad to see you are unharmed, great serpent. He refused to leave without that thing. I presume this is the great serpent he was looking for? I beseech you, give me a sign. What calamity would threaten the forest? We should return to Fanau and consult with Master Laniel. She will know how to handle this. Wait! O Great One! This ground is not fit for you to slither upon. Allow me to carry you.
Unless I just skipped a bunch of whatchamacallits. Well, that's where are you? Oh, that's a different guy in the car. Oh, dang it, you were right next to me. I didn't see it. You lost a chance to run over the guy.
That is true. I'll get him next time. They bring with them 2 guests from Slithersbow. Very well. Let us see what they have to say. This is the Great Serpent. Whee! A most fortuitous turn of events. This gift you speak of is not unknown to us, though it is rare. Child of Fana, though it is a child of Fano born with such a gift would be appointed Keeper of Whispers. It would be most unwise to ignore this vision. Keeper of Whispers, yes, I rather like that title. He also spoke of a monstrous snake in the lake to the west. Perhaps he meant the legend of Lozal and its battle with the winged serpent? There are a number of tablets in the Great Pyramid of Uxnir which tell of such tales. The one we seek may be among them. However, only the Emperor, or one of sufficient status, may pass through those hallowed halls. As bearer of the seal of Ronka, you have been granted leave to enter. If you would bring me the tablet, I can decipher its writings. Might I accompany him? Not inside, of course, but close enough to see the temples I have beheld in my visions. We can escort you, but you must not run off as you did before. Beep, beep,
Thump, thump.
beep.
Oh, you gotta get him twice, huh?
3 times. Including once when I ran over him backwards. So that's the reason for the little side corridors. Or side rooms. Though you cannot read its script, you see the image of a Namazu is engraved on the tablet. This likely has something to do with the Great Serpent.
Oh my gosh, you can ride in here.
That is true.
I fear nobody's going to stick around for my little green speed thing. I'll go faster. Oh, there's 2 in here.
Though you cannot read its script, you can see the image of a snake is engraved on the tablet. You tuck it away in your clothing for safekeeping. Though you cannot read the script, you see the image of a coral is engraved on the tablet. This likely has nothing to do with the Great Serpent.
Oh, that's what that was. I was like, I wonder what the hell. That is why we couldn't go that way to begin with.
I'm just very happy that worked. The tablet! You found it! Come, I would know what secrets it hides.
Wait, were we supposed to be killing the warden today?
Yes. Soon.
Okay.
Ether currents and ether currents and pets are important.
Indeed.
Remember, it keeps Zora going.
The Great Serpent of the Forest commanded it.
Right. Okay.
That's right.
As he said, scree.
I thought I said scree, scree, scree.
No, he says scree. I just checked.
Well, I'll see here in a second.
How did you fare in the Great Pyramid? Yes, this is indeed the tablet we are looking for. A moment while I pour over its writings. Thank you for your patience. I have finished deciphering the tablet, and its contents were informative. By the Emperor's command, the stone giant Lotzel did clash with the serpent. The battle raged for many days and many nights, and finally the ancient guardian stood triumphant. The dreaded snake was sealed in an immense jewel, its true name never to be uttered again. The years spent in slumber quelled its rage, and the seething ire it once exuded became a benign aura. Man came to worship the jewel, and thus the great destroyer became the great protector of the wood. After the great sealing, the Emperor commanded his fiercest sentinels to the east, to keep guard on the great pyramid of Uxnir. To the west, he sent his priests, who would watch over the slumbering serpent from the covered halls of Dwaltal. Together, they would protect the Empire, and so did it thrive. Alas, in a strange twist of fate, the temple to the west would be submerged beneath the waters of Lake Suimekta, its priests drowned. Lamenting their loss, the great protector thrashed and writhed within the jewel, stirring the power of the earth, causing the trees to grow ever thicker, ever greener. And the guards of the pyramid would become guardians of an ever-expanding forest. And the V's have remained here all this time. Incredible. But Master Laniel, were there really protectors other than us in the Great Wood? I cannot say for certain, but this is not the first time I have read such claims in our ancient texts. Can you imagine it? 2 tribes protecting the whole of Raktika. Even assuming they existed, we would have no way of tracing their lineage. But I do not think that the priests are the ones who we were meant to find. For one who shares their gift and reverence for Ronka now stands before us. We would be honored to work alongside you in protecting Raktika and the ruins of Ronka. It would be an honor, but I fear I am not worthy of such a position. It's not a question of worthiness. It matters only that you are willing, and when the time comes, I intend to leave and search for our V's sisters who would join us. Perhaps this is the calamity my visions foretold, the plight of your people, the growing reality that Ronka's history may one day be lost to time. And the great serpent has chosen me to be your savior, a new keeper of whispers to protect and serve the Great Wood. Speaking of which, where did the snake go? It was here but a moment ago. Returned to slumber, no doubt. But should the great serpent have need of us again, I will be here, waiting, listening. If his head weren't in the clouds, he might notice. I don't suppose you'd be willing to take it with you before he comes to his senses. So long as it remains here, I'm afraid he'll be convinced that calamity looms around every corner. Scree! Go on, take it. If all that stuff about the Great Serpent is true, we'll still have his visions to warn us of danger. It would seem friends of Fanau can be found closer to us than I dared hope. I will consult our chieftainess that we may formalize an alliance with Slitherbow. An alliance! Yes! We will protect Raktika as they did in the days of the Empire. Villages of the east and west working together as one. Emo.
Yeah?
Check and see what the Great Serpent of Ranka has to say if you mouse over him.
Scree?
Bree.
What if you mouse over him?
His
It-
picture in your minion log.
Yeah, in the minion log.
Oh. Oh, and it just says it right there, huh?
Mm-hmm. Every minion has something that they say.
Squishing me, I see.
I was just making sure the car was close enough for you to get in it.
A little closer, a little closer. Back up, back up. Right there. Need a beep, beep, beep.
Actually, when I was backing over Emmett Zelk, I was actually making those noises, but I forgot to hit the push to talk button, so y'all didn't hear it.
Gotcha. But it would have been good.
Okay, now that the important work is done, we can get back to the mundane things like, killing giant monsters.
Yeah.
Oh, dungeons, yeah.
You could feel the aether flowing through the door. A gentle push may be all that is required. Our earlier efforts were not in vain, it seems. Stay on your guard. We know not what waits inside.
Okay, and right here, cutscenes, and we walk in like Monsters Inc. All those monsters, but it's us. And who's not a Disney fan? Of course, I'm Scully, the big blue guy.
Sully?
Sully, that's it. Okay, maybe not that big of a fan.
Not Mike Wazowski?
No, that's you, dude. Man,
Wazowski.
you're Mike. Yeah, Wazowski.
Watching. Always watching.
Yep. She's the yellow one.
Oh, good. Do I need to be... I get to be, what's the kid's name again?
Boo.
Boo.
Oh, I
yeah.
thought... Was that her name? I guess, yeah, it was. He called her Boo.
Mm-hmm. And she called him Kitty.
Kitty, yeah.
I've actually never seen the sequels, but I've seen the original many times.
It's really...
I have not seen the university one.
You haven't?
No.
Crazy.
Re-put your food on. Mine almost fell off.
What on earth is that?
One of the Guardians.
Get on the other side of the rock?
I'm trying.
Maybe.
watch your step, right?
Indeed. How was he supposed to know? It looked like any other piece of floor.
Which it did not. It was glowy, too.
Yes, it was.
Ah,
I don't think there's a way out of that one. Because either side...
Oh, I think I might know, but...
Yeah, he picks some at random on each side, it looks like. But there's always an open space on each wall, it looks like. Oh, and by the way, in our quest just now, the Emperor sent his Guardian to fight the snake. Say hello to the Guardian.
Oh, it is. Well, it's tall.
Okay, Stonefist is the tank buster. Sun Toss is a circle AoE below a random player. Lozato's Scorn is one of the two statues in the background will glow purple and eventually deal high damage across half the arena. I believe those are the two statues there in the back. So I guess whichever one glows, get to the other side of the of the circle. Let's see. Heat up. One side of Lotzel's body will glow red hot in preparation for Lotzel's fury. Lotzel's fury is he will move to the center of the arena and face a random direction. When the cast finishes, he will attack half the arena with his glowing side for high damage. Eventually, he will combine Scorn and Fury. There is always a safe area, though its size can greatly vary. So mostly, stay out of the stuff, pay attention to what side's glowing. Alright, Scorn's coming. One of the statues is about to glow. Be prepared to get on the right.
Oh, it's not far enough.
That was weird. You looked like you were out of the area.
I thought I was, but it hit me, knocked me down.
He's about to do it again. Get to the right of him. And the left statue is about to trigger too. Over here by me. He's about to heat up again. Be on the right side of him again. Over here. Alright, he's about to do it again. Be on his right side.
Did the statue ever get this side?
Yeah, once.
Yep. Just the once. The bats are called acrobats.
That hurts.
Well, they definitely don't want that thing getting out, do they?
Yeah.
The Bat Squatch. Alright, Ripper Fang is the tank buster. Sound Wave is moderate party-wide damage. Subsonics is Bat Squatch stomps the ground several times in quick succession, dealing low damage, though this quickly stacks up, while also causing rocks to fall in the arena as circle AoEs of various sizes. The largest AoEs leave behind pillars. Pillars, if there are any pillars in the field, when Bat Squatch casts Sound Wave, they will topple over, dealing massive damage and inflicting vulnerability up in a narrow cone in the direction they fall. The pillars will always collapse in a way that results in their entire damage area to be within the arena. So, be wary of the pillars when he casts Shockwave. That's it. Alright, here come the rocks.
Went right into that, didn't it?
I will admit it was much bigger than I expected it to be.
Oh, the cone?
The pillar itself.
I was rezzing you.
I didn't see it. Sorry.
I think the important information there was that the pillars will always fall such that their cone is entirely within the circle. So you wanted to be near a pillar on the border side of it.
Yeah, that's where I hung out too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was right in the middle of 3 of them.
Yeah, I watched 2 of them crush you. I was like, oh, yeah, he's dead.
Yep. And we have found the Raktika Falls. I see you up there, Sin Eater gorillas. Oh, they're just throwing things at us. Okay.
Yeah, I tried to target him. He won't let me.
Hello, Cerberus.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Rend is the tank buster. Hound Out of Heaven is a proximity tether on a random non-tank. Arrows will charge at a targeted player for high damage. If the player was not far enough away to turn the tether purple, the attack also inflicts a stack of vulnerability up. So if you get targeted with that, run away from him. Let's see. Glossolia is a moderate party-wide damage. Viper Poison is several circle AoEs will appear on the platform, dealing damage and leaving behind a poison puddle that inflicts the poison debuff. Occasionally, one of the puddles will be targeted on a player instead. Inhale is cast immediately after Viper Poison. He will jump to the back of the room and drag all players into the center of his hitbox, trying to pull you through the poison pools almost certainly. Heaving Breath is cast immediately after Inhale, knocks all players to the other side of the arena. Move somewhere that you won't land in poison puddles before the cast goes off. And Confession of Faith, Eros moves to an edge of the arena and performs one of two attacks. Lightning Breath, if Eros' two side heads gain electrical orbs near their mouth, the attack resolves as a stack marker on a random player, along with each of the side heads firing on a large cone attack to the sides, leaving the area directly in front of Eros safe. Fire Breath, if the center head gains a fiery orb in its mouth, the attack resolves as a player-targeted circle AoE on two random players, along with a large cone attack from the center head. Stand directly next to Eros' sides to avoid the attack. And that is it.
If you're targeted, can you move to those areas and be safe? Is that what's up?
I would imagine so, yes. Be on one of the sides. Get beside him.
Moves far away.
Okay, you'll want to be over here on this other side.
I still got hit. I was guess. Well, yeah, okay.
One person cleansing is easier than multiple people cleansing, though.
Yeah, but both times I thought I was safe.
Run, KJ.
Get in front of him. Run, Emo. Over here. Run, KJ. Get to the sides. Run, KJ. No, never mind.
That was not very impressive. I shot it with the things, and it's like, oh, you barely touched me.
Well, your over limited is designed for hitting multiple targets.
Well, yeah, and that line, that cone.
Right.
Or not cone, but straight line.
So is Zora's designed for a single target?
KJ's is designed for large AoE. Zora's is designed for small AoE. Melee over limits are designed for
single target.
Single target, yeah. And Zora gets a book.
A fallen tree for your house thingy?
Yep.
Oh wow! I got legs like the larger chicks over there.
All right.
It's on 80.
The Light Warden is dead. The Blessed's prayers have been answered.
Oh, I think I just figured out Emmett Zek's plan.
Aye, that they have.
After we've collected them all, they'll kill us.
His condition yet troubleth thee?
It does. Though he shows no immediate signs of corruption, the danger remains. He must be told. Would you describe it to me, Urianger? Paint for me a picture with your words.
A sea of shimmering stars. Diamonds strewn across a raven gown. Boundless and beautiful. 'Tis an exquisite sight, not unlike that of the source. Calm and gentle and forgiving.
I can see it.
For however deep the void, or wide the expanse, there is no shore so distant as to be beyond the reach of light. Ominous though that may sound, given our present travails.
Well fought. Let us return home. The murals. If I am not mistaken, they predate the Empire.
How can you tell?
A peculiarity of the paint. Most are made from mineral-based pigments, but whatever was used here is older than anything I have ever seen. According to Almet, this sanctuary was built to preserve the wisdom of the ancients. What events do these murals commemorate, I wonder?
Must you always linger after defeating your enemies? Navigating these halls on foot is exhausting.
Come to lead us to safety, have you?
I was bored. But how is the hero of the hour? Fighting fit, I see. Keep up the good work.
You're plotting something.
Every hour of every day. But never you mind about that. As I have told you 1,000 times before, I like to watch. Nothing more. Well, I would quit this place and I suggest you do the same. There is yet work to be done. Ah, there is a sight to bring a tear to the eye.
You recognize these scenes?
That I do. Indeed, there was a time when anyone and everyone would. Until one calamitous day when the world was divided across 10 and 3 reflections, sundering the land and all who dwelled upon it. And the worst part? No one could remember it. Not really. Just fragments and fleeting memories of an achingly familiar world. A vision shared of a paradise lost, preserved only in song and scripture and paint. Once upon a time. Yet here we find ourselves again, to look, learn, and remember.
Then share with us the stories you know so well. We are listening.
Before the Great Sundering, there was one world. A world that knew naught but peace and prosperity. Until it was faced with a crisis. Unprecedented, terrifying. Civilization found itself perched upon a precipice, staring into oblivion. But through prayer and sacrifice, the will of the star was made manifest. Zodiac was his name, and by his grace was the calamity averted.
Zodiac.
A savior mighty and magnificent, deserving of reverence and gratitude. One would have thought, yet some thought otherwise. From the fears of these naysayers would rise Hydaelyn, she who was to serve as his shackles, to bind him and hold him in check. And so they fought, and they fought, and they fought, and in the end, Hydaelyn was victorious. With all her strength, she smote him, dealing a blow so devastating that it split the very fabric of reality. And thus was Zodiac banished and his being divided. That concludes today's lesson on long-forgotten history. Though I imagine your mother would offer a rather contradictory account, as is her wont.
I'm sorry, I can only assume I misheard. But it sounded an awful lot like you were implying both Zodiac and Hydaelyn are not gods. But...
What? Not gods of the first? Is that what you thought these paintings depicted? Or... Oh. Oh. They are gods after a fashion, yes. But no different from the kind with which you are so intimately acquainted. Formed of faith and prayer, of conviction and devotion. The eldest and most powerful of primals.
You have spun quite a tale. Yet you have not explained the role of the Ascians in all of this. How is it you are privy to ancient secrets lost to time?
Finally you ask the right question. And shrewd questions warrant honest answers. We Ascians know because it is our history, our story. It was we who summoned Zodiac, we natives of that sundered paradise. Now, do you see why we yearn for the great rejoining? For our world, for our people, for all creation to be made whole again. Wouldn't you wish for the same?
I need just a minute.
Okay. Oh, and congrats on 84, Zora. Did you reach that recently?
I reached it during this tonight.
Alright. I only just noticed.
That's okay.
I'm back.
Thank you.
Welcome back. And my theory about Emmett Zelk's plan. What did they just say was necessary to rejoin the worlds? The flow of a particular aspect of ether back to the source. We're going around, we're killing the light wardens and absorbing the light. We kill them all, we go home, we bring the light with us.
Yeah.
A tainted light with us, yeah. Or what they say, corrupted.
That was an enlightening experience, though not in the way I had hoped. Do you suppose there is any truth in Emmett Selk's claims? The recent events plainly warrant further discussion. I think it best that we wait until Alphanode and the others are present. Emmett Zelk included. How convenient that he should choose this moment to keep to the shadows. Well, no matter. For the present, we should return to Fanro and make certain of the Ulmorians' withdrawal. After that, Slitherbow. The blessed are no doubt elated by what has become of the sky.
Ah!
You are returned, and unharmed, I see. Indeed, I am pleased to report that the Light Warden is no more, thanks in large part to you. That the death of a single Sin Eater would make such a difference. As our numbers waned, so too did our hope that the ruins we have devoted our lives to guarding would ever find purpose. Yet here you are, the allies for whom we have waited these many centuries, and with your arrival came the chance to pass on our legacy, the ancient wisdom of the Empire. That alone would have been a reward enough. Never did we imagine it would serve to banish the light that pervaded these woods. On behalf of the V's, our forebears, and the late Emperor of Ronka, you have our deepest thanks. It is we who should be thanking you. Our journey through the Kitana rabble proved most enlightening. To be privy to such knowledge is an honor, one for which we never hoped. Please, you need not be so humble. We but do our duty as decreed by the late Emperor. Would that he were still with us to express his gratitude in person. But sister, does this not mean our duty is fulfilled? To our allies, perhaps, but the ruins cannot be left unguarded. So long as we live here in these woods, the secrets of Ronka must not fall into the wrong hands. Is Runar still here? No, we escorted him back to Slitherbow shortly after you set out. If you would return to the Knights Blessed, we will not keep you any longer. I suspect they would be glad of your company. Thank you, Elmet. I look forward to a day when we might share a more leisurely visit to the ruins of Ronka. We will await your return then.
Okay, we haven't found a way back to our own universe yet, though.
No, we can go back whenever we
You-
want.
Well, yeah, but I'm talking about. Well, yeah,
Yeah.
but not any of the other people.
No, the others can't because they weren't pulled through the way we were. Their bodies are actually still at the source. We
Right.
were completely pulled through. And they did establish, the Exart did establish um, a portal in his place for us to go back.
So then, shouldn't have all the tainted stuff gone over and left us already?
We haven't gone there yet. We haven't technically gone back yet.
Story wise, yeah.
Yeah.
Story wise, we haven't gone back.
Although we could, but we haven't. I'm going the wrong way, but there's a little piece of map to expose over here, so free XP.
Pink. Map cleared.
And can't fly over that. Actually, there's still a little bit of map over here to get as well, so might as well get that. And then we'll just have KJ teleport us to Slither's Bow. There is a crystal there, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright. The Slither's Bow we go.
I hope we didn't fall that high. I heard a clunk. Oh, but we're all full health. Okay.
Ah, you are returned. And none the worse for wear, I see.
You needn't worry about us. What became of the Umoran soldiers, more importantly?
They turned tail and fled at the sight of the night sky. The children of the everlasting dark have also retreated back to Woven Oath. Try as they might, they could not deny the truth of their own eyes. The sunless sea of heaven, full of love and grace, where none need know pain or suffering. In that moment, when the sky's light began to wane, I knew our prayers had been answered. That we were doomed to face oblivion at life's end no longer. When first we met, I harbored certain suspicions about you. And now I see that I was right. You are the bringers of shadow, the warriors of darkness, the saviors for whom we have prayed for so long.
I suppose you're not entirely wrong, but we are not worthy of your reverence, nor have we any desire to be worshipped. If you would pray, pray for your children, that they may one day know a better world.
I will do as you say, but please, let us at least hold a feast to celebrate your victory. You deserve that much.
I'm sorry, Runar, but there is still much to be done and scant time in which to do it. We must go. All of us. For we share the same path and the same fate.
So be it. I ask only that you hold us in your hearts, as we will hold you in ours. Now, and ever after. By the boundless dark, this I swear.
Though it pains me to leave, it is time I returned with you and the others to the Crystarium. But before we go, might I speak with you in private? I will await you in my chambers. Thank you for coming. I thought to keep my suspicions to myself, but after witnessing your victory in Raktika Falls, I fear they prove true, and so I must share them with you. From the first, when we met in Fort Gone, your aether has appeared tainted, suffused with an overabundance of light, not unlike the Sin Eaters. When you defeated the Light Warden, I fear the light which poured forth from it was not negated by Hydalin's blessing. Rather, it was absorbed into your being. Urianger also suspects as much, though he is unwilling to share his thoughts on the matter. One thing is certain. With every warden you defeat, the danger to you grows greater. Greater, perhaps, than we can imagine. If you begin to feel anything strange, anything at all, pray inform me at once. You should hurry, before the others begin to worry. Once I have sorted my things, here I will join you. I suppose that is also a possibility, that Emmett Zelk wants us to gather up all the Light Warden's powers and then blow us up into a super Light Warden or something. But I still like my idea, because he claimed that he meant us no harm. And that would imply harm. Whereas us just dragging all the light back and then causing the rejoining that way, is he told us the truth the entire time. We just didn't ask the right questions or something.
Yeah.
We took one last patrol of the perimeter. All things considered, Slitherbow remains relatively unscathed. Thanks to the antidote, all those who were poisoned will make a full recovery. And with the night sky returned, their prayers have at last been answered. Sorry to keep you all waiting. Shall we be off then? Art thou certain this is best? I'll not deny there is a part of me that wishes I could stay. For 2 years I have lived with the blessed, learned their culture, even going so far as to adopt Master Matoya's name as my own. I but pray I did honor to it. Now is not the time for doubt or hesitation. Come, we must return to the Crystarium. I thought this player was somebody important, just because of where they were standing. All things considered, it is hardly surprising that Alphino and Alizé have yet to arrive. But where is the Exarch? My friends, 'tis good to see you all again. Alpha Node, it has been too long. I assume your presence here means you've brought the word of the Warden hiding in Rakatika? Found and slain, you say. I should have known. Yulmore has but recently dispatched soldiers to all corners of Norvant to defend them. I am glad to see their efforts were wasted on the Great Wood. Speaking of Yulmore, what came from your meeting with Volthri? Yes, about that. It proved to be... Exarch, you mustn't push yourself. Your time away from the tower has clearly taken its toll. No doubt you are all tired as well, having traveled so far. Why don't we all take a much-needed rest before we discuss our findings? I thought to propose the very same. After your clash with the Warden, you deserve a chance to recuperate. It's settled then. We reconvene after everyone has had time to settle in. Time to go get haunted again. Welcome back, sir. Returned from a lengthy excursion, I take it? Well, your room has been made ready, if you'd care to retire. Very good. I pray you should sleep and sound sleep and pleasant dreams.
So there's a light sealed inside you, is there? You wouldn't know it from the outside. You look the same as you ever did to me. True enough. Packing up and going home isn't really an option, is it? If you don't face the music here, it'll only come and find you there. Think he was telling the truth? Emmett, I mean. All that rot about Hydaelyn being no different from any other primal. If so, what would that make her blessing? Are we just slaves to her will? Let's pay him no mind. Lies the Ascians stock in trade. Villains, heroes, all a matter of perspective, they'd have you believe. One man's fond memory, another's waking nightmare. Me, I'm no saint or savior. Just another sinner. And I know damn well I'm in no position to judge. When I saw the people of Slitherbow look up at the sky and celebrate the return of the dark, felt good. It was moments like that that I cherished. Much more than the thrill of adventure. The quiet after the storm. I always took comfort in that.
What did the scouts have to report?
Several skirmishes, but nothing of consequence. The fighting seems to have taken its toll on both sides.
A stalemate, then. The Alliance has done well to hold the line for so long. But then they did have Ishgardian reinforcements.
Nevertheless, neither side has any appetite for a prolonged engagement. 'Tis but the calm before the storm. And should the Empire choose to bring their full might to bear?
To say nothing of Black Rose. All the more reason to hasten our search. How close are your people to identifying our next target?
Close enough, though I have received some troubling intelligence. One of our generals posted to the Alamegan front recently disappeared without trace from the battlefield at Gimlet Dark.
Odd. Dead seems unlikely. Fled less so. I wonder where he'll turn up.
Were I a betting man, I would say here, in the capital. Not that any deserter who valued his life would contemplate returning, but a corpse might, given the right encouragement.
In the manner of his royal remains, you mean?
Elidibus plainly has no need of a new host, so the question becomes who? It may be that another player has joined the game. Something to consider at any rate. But come, there is work to be done.
These bloodless games make for poor sport. Mayhap if father... Nay. I am a stranger to him in this body. Besides, there is but one hand that can make me whole again. My enemy. My friend. I know not what entertainment occupies you, but if you will not clear the way for me, then I shall seize the reins of fate once more.
Ah, I suspected that you might be awake. I could scarce imagine sleeping through such a commotion. An entire host of Sin Eaters appears to be advancing upon the Crystarium. Emergency measures are being taken as we speak. Rest assured, however, that we are safe so long as we remain under the Crystal Tower's aegis. You may return to your quarters if you wish. Yes, I thought you might feel that way, and I cannot say your assistance would be anything less than welcome. I must remain here to disseminate information to the other residents, but you are under no such obligation, and thus free to aid any of the townsfolk who may be in distress. The Exedra tends to become a point of congregation in times of need, crowded with those seeking solace and companionship. You would have my personal gratitude if you would offer succor to those there. Alright, this is probably a good place to call it. Y'all agree?
Yes.
Alright. Just 1 second, I'll wind down the stream. Alright guys, I believe that is where we are going to call it. And I should be back with Final Fantasy VII tomorrow night. Although I am getting my COVID booster tomorrow, and that may drop me on my ass. So, we shall see how that goes. So, until then, I want to thank y'all for joining me. Hope y'all enjoyed it. I'll see y'all next time. And have a good night.